It's your boy Richard Graves, Richard Graves Group. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys who have been liking and subscribing to the channel. If you haven't had a chance to, please like and subscribe. Today we have one of my favorite guests, J.L. Harris, who has graced us with his presence today to be able to share with us a lot of what's going on locally in the Aurora, Fox Valley area. And of course, he and I are going to chop it up about a few current affairs and things like that. So without further ado, let me bring on my brother, Gerald. What's up, JL? How you doing, brother?
Blessed, my brother. Blessed to be here, man.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you chose to join us tonight. You know, before we get to talking about our current affairs, I know you and I were having a conversation earlier about the elephant in the room that everybody's been talking about for the last week or so, since last Sunday around this time, when your boy Chris Rock got slapped by Will Smith. So, I'm always interested in your opinion, man. I know you're a real dude, you're a real guy, you're a real brother. What is your observation as far as what you saw and the conversation that happened because of that incident in the Black community, in the greater community, but in the Black community as well? What are your thoughts on everything?
Well, I've had enough time to dissect this. People have been calling me all over the place talking about this. When I first saw it, I was disappointed. It shouldn't have went down like that, especially in front of the biggest stage of all, where we as Black folks have opportunity. It was a Black producer, it was a Black host, and it was Black people were winning. So for that incident to happen, I was very disappointed. I thought I saw Will laugh at the joke, even though it was a poor tasted joke, but it wasn't directly at Jada. It was just talking about the character. So for him to get on stage and do that, and disrespect that, man, the worst thing you can do is smack somebody. That's like spitting on someone or putting your feet on someone. That's what you don't do. That's the ultimate disrespect. And so I was very disappointed that Will chose that route. And it was Chris Rock. Come on, man. You don't get no points for that, man. And where I'm from, you don't get no points for him. We all know who Chris Rock is. You know what I'm saying? And they're good friends. So for you to do that, man, I think it was something deeper that was looming within him to make him respond like that. I mean, he's going to pay for it, for that. I think he's going to take a hit. He's probably going to be on the Chitlin circuit for 2 or 3 years. His name definitely going to fall down. I know how it is when your name fall down. You know what I'm saying? It took me 20-something years just to get back and say hello. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I understand. But I wish he would have chose a better way. I'll probably handle like this. If you disrespected my woman like that, I would have probably hollered you at backstage, and you would have to apologize to her. But then it would be some smoke. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. But the man was on his job, man. You don't come to a man's job and this is how he eating, this is how he feeding his family, and you guys were friends. So I took that as Will did a dishonorable in my eyes judgment.
Now you did touch on, like I said, I know you're a real dude, man. As far as the disrespect, I understand that the woman's going through alopecia. Honestly, I don't think a lot of people knew it. I didn't know it till that night. Chris was told he didn't know it. And my thing with that is, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's not a disease that people deal with. It's not detrimental, especially to women, because of how important their hair is to them and all that good stuff. But it ain't leukemia, man. It ain't terminal cancer. It isn't HIV with a death sentence. This is, you have alopecia. We get it. If Will felt that way, I agree with you. The way I look at it, he could have even addressed it by hollering at him at this, hey man, let me holler at you a minute. And I'm sure Chris would have apologized, probably publicly apologized for it. Or, I would have said something to him when I got on stage, say, hey, man, I didn't think that was cool, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But what do you think that brings the discussion? And this is the discussion that disturbed me the most that came out of this is a lot of our people, African Americans, all right, Black people.
Yeah.
It seemed like we had divided camp where a lot of Black women felt that he was just protecting his woman and that was perfectly acceptable. And to my mind, I'm like, I get what they're saying, but there's one thing if he tried to lay hands on Jada, and then that's a whole different thing. But when people are saying things in that venue, you at the Oscars, that is the pinnacle of their job. That's what they work for all year. It is an industry event. That was Chris Rock doing his job, and we know Jada is not a civilian. All right, she is a celebrity herself. Celebrities go to these events, you're gonna get roasted. That's why they hire comedians to do it. They hire comedians. They don't hire, Morgan Freeman or James Earl Jones to take a solemn stance and just present awards. They hire comedians to crack jokes and to make fun of the industry and to make fun of the industry people. So that's just normal. That's par for the course. But as far as the whole idea of protecting Black women, because a lot of our sisters feel unprotected. They feel, I think there was a lot of projecting on how sisters feel collectively about being protected by Black men. And I understand that, but I don't think this was that. What do you think in regard to the idea that he was somehow protecting Jada by going up and doing what he did?
Well, here's the thing. It's the way you do things. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. And I don't think that was called for to be protected. You know what I'm saying? Because it was kind of like it was soft. It wasn't it's like you got to know what war or you want a battle you want to fight. And come on, all Black men who are real, who love their Black queens. Oh, we gonna stand up for them. We gonna protect them. And I see the backlash we're out there where I think Black women do feel like they're unprotected, by Black men, and so I can understand it, but this is the wrong battle to pull that card on. And I felt that. And I felt they went with that card because they felt, oh man, he smacked him. But come on, man, this is Chris Rock. You want to go if The Rock was up there, you gonna smack him? Look what Bill Maher said. Did you go after him? Did you go after all the other people that talking? I said, so it's like, you chose the easy way out because your woman gave you a look that that look. We know our wives look, when we get that look. And so he felt that he had to react. And unfortunately, I think it was a tasteless act, on his part. And he know it is. He know he's going to pay for that, and you got to realize that Chris has family. Tony is not happy. He's already mouthing off out there. And who knows, Chris has fans who actually love him. And so now Will might have to beat for security. It's not going to be just a peaches and cream for him. He's going to go through some things for that, man, because that was just disrespectful. You just don't do that, man. And I applaud Chris because he's a better man than me.
Me too.
I can't sit there and let somebody smack the hell out of me on Nash in front of the world. You know what I'm saying? In front of 50 million people. That's just not going to happen. I don't have that type of restraint. You know what I'm saying? God is still working on me. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't have took that, man. It would have been some smoke. It would have been some furniture moving there. Ain't no question.
Right. I hear what you're saying.
Everything. Oscars canceled.
I told everybody it'd be the 96 Source Awards.
Okay.
If you'd have caught me when I was younger, man, before I'd ever, dealt with situations, perhaps it might have got away with it because I wouldn't have been expecting it. But the past 18, 19-year-old me that have meant it, oh no. And it's like Chris wasn't reading when he came up the intention. I kind of saw like, I saw him coming up. I don't think Chris was reading that, but that's if we're talking about people dealing with issues, Chris has, like something akin to Asperger's, or autism, where he doesn't read social cues very well. So he
sure didn't read that one.
That's why he had his hands behind.
Yeah, he was like, "What you gonna do?"
Yeah, So I mean, but my thing is, man, I think that Black women collectively been talking about brothers protecting them, and I understand the sister's position on that. But every Black woman wants to be a queen, and I get that. That's his queen. But if that's your king, and you know this is the pinnacle of his career, not just a year of his career. When he got up, if she was really his queen, instead of laughing and encouraging it, she would told him sit down. How
Yeah,
many times have one of our how many times has our woman? I know as many times my wife has told me, "Hey, this ain't that," you
that's
know,
right.
bring it down because there was a lot at risk there. And
Ain't no
and
question.
all the sisters that was celebrating, and I said, okay, I get it. On your level, if
Hmm.
a dude does that, if he at a comedy club, he going to jail. If he's at an industry event for whatever industry the brother's in, and they got a comedian out there hosting, it could be the Realtor Awards, it could be the Insurance Awards, whatever your dude do, and he go up and punch a comedian, he going to jail.
It's
You
just,
know,
just call it what it is. If it was a white man, he would have been charged with impressing. He would have got out of there. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? That's just what it would have been. You know what I'm saying? Let
If
him
he had a
respect
smack
Seinfeld.
Larry David or Seinfeld, no.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, ain't no question. I mean, I feel like I said, it was a bad moment. I just wish it didn't happen because it's like
Yeah.
every time we get somewhere, we got our feet in somewhere, something happens, and it messes everything up. It makes us look like we are uncivilized people who quote unquote people think we are.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was a bad look, man. And frankly, man, I'm just tired of just the whole scenario. And I know it's gonna be here for a while. I've seen all the memes, I've seen all the jokes, and it's like,
It's
man, this
gonna be
man
a
got a
minute.
family, man. Just like, man,
It's gonna be a
sad.
minute. It's
Yeah, it's gonna be
funny.
a minute.
I saw how the black celebrities tried at first started to circle the wagons around Will, and trying to, oh, well, Will's going through this. It took them a minute to realize, okay, what about Chris? Because I was from the
Mm,
jump. I'm like, you slapped the dude. Like I said, honestly, I would rather he punched him in the face.
yeah.
You slapping the dude, man. That's whew.
Ultimate
But
disrespect is man.
honestly, I think that Will himself feels emasculated. You know, he feels disrespect as a man from what happened, a couple years back, him being brought on the red table to have to relive his wife's infidelity with a young man that was living in their house for the most part. I think he feels emasculated about that. I mean, he's been hearing that for the last couple years.
Right.
Comedians been on him. Corey Holcomb, DL talked about it. So all the comedians talked about it. You know.
He take this moment to take
Yeah,
it out on Chris. You know what I'm
you don't
saying?
take you don't take LeVar Crawford or you don't take
Right.
come to Earthquake or Faison Love or you go hit 5'8", 159-pound Chris Rock.
You, you know what really got you know what really got to me is when I saw a clip of Chris Rock after that happened,
Mhm.
and you could see on his face like he was so embarrassed, and my heart went out to him at that moment because I can read his face like he said, "I just don't believe what happened."
Right, right.
He looking like you had if you're a human being, that moment right there, looking at his face, you know that it's like, wow,
Yeah.
I can't believe
That
this
means
just happened to me.
on the national stage, and I know I was talking to someone about saying that Will embarrassed us as black people. And the person was saying to me, well, you know what? That's not fair that, what we do. I said, look, let me be straight up, man. Here's what it is. Is it fair that even if you or I do something, it's going to be a reflection on our community, the local black people around where we're at?
Right.
Is it fair that we got to carry the race when we at that level? No, it's not fair, but it's real. That's the truth. For the last 6 years, we've been telling people that the police is wrong for approaching black men as if we're always aggressive, always emotional. We've been saying this the last 6, 8 years. And it's true because we're being profiled because of that. And we know that it's not true that we're no more violent prone than anybody else. But
Right.
you take the poster child for the successful black man doing it all right, and now he's at the pinnacle not just of his year but of his career. From the moment he made Parents Don't Understand, all the way up to all the movies he's done, from Ali, for everything to this one where he's about to win the Academy Award. What Sidney Poitier did, what Denzel did, he's about to go in their footsteps,
Yeah.
and he gets up there, and then we have this situation where he has to now he done took away his whole from the whole moment got taken away. And it is reflective of us as a people, whether it be fair or not.
Well,
You know,
I think he should have really been apologized to the Williams family, because
Mhm.
here it is, you are portraying their father, Richard, King Richard, who's a brilliant father, who took those girls, man, and made something out of them, and that was your moment, but you sabotaged that and made that whole moment look bad. We're not even talking about what you won. We're still talking about the slap, what
That
you
was your
did,
moment.
you know.
Hmm. You're right. You're right. That was his moment for his award. We had a black producer for the show. He took
Hmm.
away from Questlove's moment from when he won the next award,
Yep.
and like I said, I didn't appreciate all the celebrities kind of circling the wagons around Will. I didn't appreciate them getting them standing ovation after he spoke and act like nothing had happened, man. It was, to me, it's just all disrespectful to Chris Rock. Now, but now, we're dealing with consequences. People still try to spin it to make it about Will or make it about alopecia. I just saw a recent article where they're trying to come at Bill Maher because Bill Maher said, well, it wasn't like she had, leukemia. Because, and there's
Right.
women, I don't appreciate how Jada and them are trying to play that, because they're playing that to play on the emotions of women who are actually dealing with these issues for real, day to day, that have alopecia the way. Honestly, I would have never known. I thought she just was rocking a short haircut. All right.
Hmm.
Women I've known, when my mother was a beautician and she dealt with people dealing with alopecia, when she would try to find the right wigs for them and stuff. My mom used to do that for people who had cancer, who had went through chemotherapy, and also people with alopecia areata. And I saw when, man, it was not good, man. You know what I'm saying? And so she looks good. Women with alopecia that actually suffer from the world, they don't have the resources to do whatever she did, or maybe she doesn't have a severe case of it. But I just think it's disrespectful to those people for them to be trying to play the alopecia
Right.
angle. Just own it. You gave your husband a side eye. You've emasculated him before. He thought he was going to do something. He did the wrong thing at the absolute wrong time. Instead, you being his queen is slowing him down. You encouraging and laughing about it after he do it. So that show you what type of sister she is, in my opinion. But I'm gonna leave it at that, bro.
Yeah, because that just too much time on like I say, small battles. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We got bigger fish to fire in the fire, man, and other stuff to do out here to worry about than to worry about what's going on in Jada Pickett's life and her bedroom and her entanglements and the rest of that stuff going on over there. We all have problems. You know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
wish them well. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just wish them well. I mean, God bless them. Keep moving
Yeah,
forward.
God bless him, man. So anyway, back to real life where we at right now. All right, you and I. All right. So what's going on with you, brother? I know you're an author. I know we're both authors, and you've been inspiring me to write. And
Oh man, I appreciate that.
yeah, well, we both. I'm trying to finish by the end
I
of the
got a
month.
pen in my hand right now.
So I'm finishing mine by the end of the month. That's my goal because I got to get back to my dissertation in May. So tell me, as far as what's going on with your writing, what you got coming up, what you got on ready to come out for us, man.
Well, the first book up is I've been working with this little, it's like a self-help book. I mean, people are always asking me, I get emails, I get letters from prison. I get so many people coming in and saying, man, you should write a self-help book. I said, well, I don't know about all that, man. I got other stuff I'm trying to do, man. So I put this book together. It's called Be You. It doesn't cost you
Hmm.
anything. It's a little guide to show people how the steps I took, the principles I use, like believe in yourself,
Hmm.
writing down what you want in life. It's just a little script to get you going. Hopefully you can get on your path, and maybe when you're in your path, you can find your purpose. Because I believe when you're in your path, you know, and that's the way you can find your purpose. I was on my path, I was on my drive, and I ended up finding my purpose. And once I found my purpose, it was no sleeping, because now I know why I'm here and what I'm here to do. And so that said, that moves different with me. So now people say, oh man, you do so much, man. Why are you doing all these things? I said, man, because this is my passion. This is my path. I'm on my purpose. So I have to do these things. I'm called to do some of these things I'm doing. And that's what people don't understand. I mean, I'm not just, if it was up to me, I'd just, hey, go to work and hey, go in the corner somewhere. But I'm living life to inspire others to do. If
Mm-hmm.
I can do it, you can do it. And so if you see me out here doing all these things, get off your ass and do something too. Because you don't have to just go work a job for 8 hours. Life is more than that. You have to give. Oprah Winfrey said something. She said, you have to give. That's how you receive. A lot of times we come with open hands looking to get something all the time. When you say something free, hey, everybody wants to show up because we're looking to get something.
Mm-hmm.
Start giving more. Once you start giving more, whether you're giving knowledge, whether you're giving your time or your effort or your money, you know what I'm saying? Once you start doing that, that's going to propel you into success. And God can use you because God needs people like you for he can touch his people.
Wow, that's powerful, man. And like I said, man, you've been an inspiration to me, man. You completed a couple books, man, and plus you were dealing with you have your organizations that you are doing your activism in the community. But I don't like calling it activism because I think that kind of cheapens what you actually do. I mean, you're actually involved for real. It's not just you don't just show up
Yeah.
for a protest or show up for when one thing happens, and you're there and never seen again. You're pretty consistent in dealing with young people. You're consistent at, going to Kane County Jail. You're going to Cook County. You're working on going into different prison systems and speaking to the men and getting their minds right for reentry. So I commend you, man. I mean, I know you do a lot. Plus, you got your own businesses as well that you are, and so you keep it moving, you keep it positive, man, and you are the poster child of showing that you can leave prison and you ain't got to just come out and just do
Take
nothing
orders.
or take orders or even just feel like you can't make it better. I mean, some people are going to go work a job, be a chef or do whatever, and
Yeah.
some people are going to start business, but you've shown that you don't use being that I was in prison as the excuse not to use it as motivation to keep moving forward.
Ain't no question. And I appreciate you telling me that. Because a lot of times, when you're out here grinding and you're grinding and you're grinding and people don't know how hard I grind, I think you only see half of what I do. You don't see me on the Zoom calls mentoring kids. I take those. I have people I mentor ever since COVID hit. It has, stopping me a little bit, but I can still, get on conference calls and Zoom calls and still mentor these kids. But hopefully everything's being ready to open back up. And so we can get back on the road because that's what I love doing. Get on the road, going to these different schools and cities and talking and speaking to people all over from everybody, from having workshop classes that I host with principals and superintendents all across the country. And I tell people, man, I got 9 felonies. And I'm hosting my own seminars. You know what I'm saying? You can't make this up. You know what I'm saying? You cannot make this up. And these people are taking notes when I speak. And sometimes I have to catch a moment doing all this. You know what I'm saying? I got the prompts up, and these people are standing up in the back just to hear me speak, and they taking notes, man. It's like, wow, who's the teacher now? And when it goes back to that judge who sentenced me to 25 years, which I thought was a hefty sentence that I shouldn't have got, but we all knew what it was, this skin color, you know what I'm saying? And let's call it what it is. And so she said I was a menace to society. And that's like added fuel to my fire. It's like, I'm better than this. I'm not what she said I was. And so that's where my mission really started from over 20 years ago when I decided to change. And I tell people all day, change don't come easy, man. And if you want it, you got to go get it. Change is not going to come to you, man. You got to go get it, but you got to stay persistent. You got to show up every single day like you're going for a job. And they tell you every day, sorry, sir, there's no work. No, you show up the next day. Sorry, sir, there's no work. You show up the next day. Sorry. If you keep showing up every single day, somebody going to give you an opportunity. And that's what happened to me. I kept knocking on these doors. I kept showing up. And they was like, you know what, man, dang, he's here every day. Don't give me a shot. And once they gave me that opportunity, boom, I kicked the door open because I was ready.
Wow. Man, again, like I said, I respect you, man. And like I said, you're inspiring to me, just seeing how you move, seeing your persistence, seeing your dedication, seeing you as a hardcore family man, as a businessman, and, as somebody, as a brother who just keeps pushing forward. And like I said, we've known each other for a long time. We've known each other since we were teenagers when I was a young breakdancer and DJ. and you was a ball player. Uh, but uh,
Bowling.
but man, like I said, I love seeing people that I know doing well, and you're one of the people that is very successful. And I'm very proud of you, man. You know
Appreciate
what what words do you have for guys recently coming out? Guys coming out that don't think that they can do it. That don't think that they got to go back to the same old thing to eat. What words you have for them, brother?
the words I have some of them. I just say, hey, take one day at a time, one day at a time, and don't rush it. You know, a lot of times when we rush to get into something, man, it doesn't come out well. And so I always tell them, man, just take your time, man. Enjoy the moment, man. Enjoy the moment. I don't like to set people say goals. I don't like to set goals because I think goals sometimes can hinder you from your true talents and your true potential. It's like I got a goal to set. Okay, I'm gonna have my own business in 5 years. Why 5 years? Why not get it now? Get it next year. Sometimes we procrastinate when we wait and wait and wait, instead of just going out and do it. So I always tell them, man, hey, man, take your time, man. But if you want something, you got to go get it, man. And don't ask nobody for nothing, man. Just put the work in. You got to put the work in. And that's the hard part that people don't want to do. It's the work effort, Like I said, I'm not knocking people who spend 8 hours to go to work. I don't spend 8 hours. I spend 19 hours. I average 126 hours a week, not 40. See, that's the difference. See, you got to go hard because for me, I'm black and I'm a felon. I got 9 felons. So I have to go hard, what I'm saying, every single day. I gotta just go hard. And you're gonna have to do that. You're gonna have to do that. You're gonna have to put the work in, man. And that's just what it is, man. If you want it, you gotta go get it.
Well, you know what, brother? You said something I think that applies to people. If they have felonies, they don't have felonies. A lot of people go out and say they want to start businesses or they want to start organizations and do different things, no matter whatever their goal is. If they want to go to school, get degrees, if they want to start their own businesses or, do whatever it is they do. And I've seen a lot of times people don't realize how much work goes into doing what you want to do. I see people often, I call it the love and hip hop mentality, where
Right.
the first scene starts off, I'm going to start a clothing company, and then commercial comes. When they come back, the company's already started and they're selling clothes. I don't think people understand what happens between here and there,
That's right.
especially when you're by yourself doing it, man. You talk about, you put a lot of hours working, but you're working for yourself and you're working for your goals. But
That's right.
again, like I said, I hear a lot of people that say that they want to be community activists out. You from Aurora, my hometown, and even though you get around the country, I know you do a lot of things in Aurora also.
Oh
And
yeah.
I know a few other people that I've heard or seen on Facebook, saying that they're activists and doing things. And I'm not taking anything away from their work, but I think that some people don't understand that it's a lot more than just it's a lot more than showing up when something happens. It's a lot more than being active on social media. There's a lot that goes on behind, a lot of preparation you do, a lot of networking you do. And
Right.
I just want to say again, I know this may be redundant, but I'm just proud of what you're doing and how you're going about doing it. So speaking of Aurora, you know, um, obviously second largest city in the state of Illinois. What's going on out there? How is the temperature regarding what's going on in the streets in Aurora? How are the kids doing? Basically, that's what I'm asking. How are the kids doing out there, man?
It's a daily struggle. I mean, violence is still here. We don't hear about it. As a kid got shot 20 times, and I know this kid, and it's what happened 4 months ago, and it's nothing, no arrests. So things like that, that's disturbing because I've talked to the parents of these people. That's what people understand. People call me, they text me all the time, man. I'm one man. I don't have the resources to deal with so much. I know someone who does, but that's another story. But it's just so much out here, man. A lot of people hurting. It's a lot of unsolved cases. Their family members are murdered. So I deal with a lot, and I have to comfort those people. Sometimes it's 2 o'clock in the morning just to
Hmm.
talk to them, talk them down. You know, keep their head, from spinning out of control, making them laugh when they don't want to laugh. So it's just so much. It goes when beyond activists. You know, like say you don't activists. You just don't show up. It's about the work. You, I'm about that life for real. You know, and I think people saw it when they saw me out there protesting the Quickie Mart store. I mean, that's just one facet of the game of activism, but a lot of the stuff goes on behind closed doors that you don't see. You know, those long conversations at nights, those meetings back doors, and everything. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a lot going on in the world. Like I said, we have a lot of work to do in the world. World needs a lot of help.
All right, brother. Um, I was gonna ask you. I know that you've been out there on the streets and and helping and trying to keep things together and keep people from getting hurt and keeping things from jumping off. What can the average citizen do? What can the average person do that will help, you know, help your efforts and everyone else's efforts is trying to be positive and make things better in the community? I mean, what is there any, you know, is there funding they can get you, or is there just opportunities to come out and help and work with you? You got anything like that?
Of course, we always got something moving around. We got next Saturday we'll be out cleaning up spring break. We'll be out there with the kids again. You know, because COVID's lifted, so now we can get back out there doing the real work. It's about putting the work in. If you want to help, if you don't want to help me, well, just help somebody else.
Mm,
That's it. You know,
mhm,
you pay it forward. You see me out here doing things. Okay, you do something. Do something for a kid you know the needs is in need. It's a lot of these kids that are in need out here. You know, these a lot of kids out here hurting, and it's sad that they're just looking for opportunity. You know, most of them need to me. They come to me for jobs. I don't have these type of jobs for these kids all the time. I can hire a couple, two or three of them. That's what I always do, and give
mhm,
them some work to keep them off the streets. But a lot of these kids who are 16 and 17 years old, they're not even in school. They're on the streets, man. And that's when I don't think these leaders, they're not listening. They're not seeing what I see. You know, they see all the good kids who are doing well and they pat them on the back. But what about the kids who are not doing well? What do we do with them? Because those same kids going to be in 5 years 20, 21 years old, and now you forgot about them. So what do you think they're going to do? This town you trying to build up, and when it gets to looking nice, what do you think they're going to do? They hungry, they want to eat. You didn't feed them 5 years ago, so what do you think they're going to do? I can say so much, but if I don't give them no opportunities, they ain't trying to hear what I'm talking about. And sometimes I can give someone the motivation that they need to get them going. But what about the kid that don't need the motivation? They need that they need that opportunity right now. What are we gonna do for them? And that's what it's about, giving them opportunities. Most of these kids out here want to work. They don't want to sell drugs. They don't want to pop pills. But that's what's going on out here, though. You know, these pills. If I'm gonna hate on somebody, I'm gonna hate on these pills because these pills are what's changing our generation, this next generation, these kids. That's what's killing them. These pills. Let's get them off the streets. You know, let's clean it up. You want to clean it up? Let's clean these pills up. Get that off the street. These drugs is what's um, stifling these kids, man. They're gone. A lot of them gone. They got to
yeah.
pop up. Even the word slide. You know, it got to pop a pill slide. Slide means they want to go out and do something to somebody.
Mhm.
You know, and they got to have the extra energy. You know, how can we take that from them? That's what I'm trying to work on. How can we give them something else to do instead of doing that type of, you know, events?
Wow. All right, brother, man. I appreciate that, man. Now, I know recently I heard from some people at Cook County that I know that came that told me that you and Victor Woods came in there and brought the house down and really got the guys to thinking about choices they've made and choices they need to make in the future. So, just tell us a little bit about you going into Cook County Jail. Cook County is what the third largest jail system in the United States, right behind L.A. County and Rikers, New York County, I think Queens County. I don't know what it's called, but between Rikers, L.A. County, then there's Cook County. There's a
Oh
lot
yeah,
of locked up at Cook County for various things. You guys went in there and you spoke to some of the people from the most highest security level that they have there. A lot of people wouldn't even walk in the door to do it, but you guys did. How did the people at Cook County? How did the detainees at Cook County receive you? How did you feel about delivering to them?
Oh, Cook County. Shout out to Cook County Jail. I mean, they love us there. I mean, Tom Darden, I thank him and his staff for opening those doors for us to come in, and with the CPO, and I'm a speaker for it. Shout out to CPO, Chicago Peace Organization with Asa Powell and Victor Woods. Um, it's phenomenal. I think what we bring to the table, we got three different type of men, and I watch them from my prison cell. So that's why my story is more impactful, it's more powerful, because I watched these brothers when I was in prison from my cell, and here I am now working with them, doing exactly what I want to do, exactly what I said I was going to come out and do. Exactly, I said when I came out of prison, I said I was going to find Victor Woods, and I found him. You know what I'm saying? Now we good friends and we work together. But the story's deeper than that. I won't elaborate too much further, but Cook County, it's a different monster. You already know Cook County's a different monster. Just walking in there and you got 200 people all charged with murder. And you got to bring some type of hope to them. You got to give them some type of, you got to lift them up. And so people think what I do is, oh man, I want to speak. I got something to say. It ain't just what you got something to say. Can you inspire somebody? I'm not just talking to them inmates. I'm inspiring them people who's sitting down there, the big heavies who's sitting on the sideline in suits and ties and watching. I'm inspiring them too. If you got a dream, you can do it too. Whatever you want to do, you can accomplish. I'm living proof. Whatever I said I do, I've always done it. Whether I wanted to be a starter on the basketball team, they told me when I was in high school, you wasn't going to do that. You can't do that. That's a lie. I did it. They said I wasn't going to start in college. I did. I did everything I ever wanted to do. I set my mind to do it. I do it, man. And if you have that mentality, man, forget the sky. You know what I'm saying? The world belongs to you. The planet is yours. And I keep telling people that. The reason why I do what I do, because I got that. I'm fearless. I don't see no lion, tigers, and bears out here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
You can run the tables.
Now, I know a few months ago you were up in Detroit with Big Daddy Kane. All right.
Yeah.
Obviously I'm a fan of Big Daddy Kane's, between him and Rakim is Ra. You know what I'm saying? But I love Big Daddy Kane. I was told by some people that I know from Detroit. I used to do a little music up there, so I know some folks in the business, that you brought the house down there with your speaking, man. Man, how was that working with Big Daddy Kane? How did people in the city of Detroit receive you when you went up to that venue?
Man, listen, Detroit showed my family love. They first class all the way. Big Daddy Kane. Shout out to Mr. Ed Hardy. Tony Hardy. The man is phenomenal, man. Finally got a chance to sit there and chop it up with him, man. And man, the brother is love. I gave him one of my books, Black Rain Outside My Window, man. He loved my poetry, so that's another thing, doing the spoken words things. We putting up a team. I'm putting a team together. And so, how our rappers have ciphers, the team I'm putting together, we're going to have ciphers, but it's going to be in the poetry style. And we got this team called Planet X Vibe, and that's the style of poetry that we kick. And so we're going to be putting some shows together, and we're going to be live instruments in the background. I got a lot of stuff coming, man. New books. I got a screenplay coming that I'm working on. I got 3 books coming, man. 3 books, screenplay. It just don't stop, man. I just pray God keep giving me the energy to keep going, because that's what
I'm looking forward to your screenplay, brother. So if you need any extra actors or somebody in the background, man, or if you need some music,
man, I want to have my whole team. I'm shouting people in the world gonna be in my film. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be dope, man. I think I'm bringing something to the table that it's not out there, man, and it needs to get out there. That's why I'm in a rush. That's why I move so fast, because I know these visions come, they go, and if you don't act on them, God will give them to somebody else. I understood what Prince was talking about. I understood what Michael Jackson was talking about. Once you be creative and these gods give you these visions, don't come from me. I'm not gonna saying, hey, I got all the answers and all that stuff. God, they help push it, man. They give me these visions, man. So shout out to the gods that watch over me.
All right, man. Well, I'm not gonna keep you too much longer, man. We have to do this again. I'm gonna have to. You one of the people that I got to get a copy of my book to, because your opinion is very important to me.
Come on with it, man. I got you.
Yeah, but again, I appreciate your inspiration, man. And just for people who are watching, His brother just don't talk the talk. He walks the walk. And he, like I said, he has encouraged me, in regard to my writing and in regard to even doing these shows. And I appreciate that, man. And like I said, this dude's the real deal, So I'm talking to people in city government, people in state government, people in county government. Um, this man and his team need to be in these schools to prevent these young people from making mistakes and coming to prison. So if you're watching, if you're out in the Fox Valley area, the greater Chicagoland area, please talk to your people about getting in contact with Mr. Harris. Mr. Harris, what's the email address people can reach out? They need to, if they're interested in your assistance or interested in having you come out to speak, at a school, an event, a function, a church. How do they get in contact with you, bro?
Well, they can go to livetoinspire.com. You can go to that one, or you can go to the Gerald H3399 @gmail.com, or you can find me on Cooley the Pen on Instagram, or you can find me at JL Harris on Facebook. Or you can give me the 331-212-0172. You can call me.
All right.
I'm out here, we're trying to make a difference, man, and save some lives, man, and help this new generation out, man. I mean, life is it's not where you start, it's where you finish. And with that said, I mean, I appreciate you, man. You as inspiration to me too, brother. I watch you, what you do, man. You're intelligent, you're smart, and you should be running some things in those prisons, because like I said, we're coming in and all the blessings. I'm thanking to God above for opening those prisons up, for we can come back in the IDOC and to be able to give that message, because we do give a presentation so powerful that I think everybody across the country should be having this program, doing our prize programs, man, because it's uplifting and it's encouraging, and we have a lot of success with turnovers where people come out and tell us what they like. But it's going to be some videos and documentaries coming out to show people what we actually do, how powerful it is and why it works.
I'm looking forward to it, brother.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, I'm probably going to have Gerald on in a couple weeks again. We have more to talk about. I apologize for having to rehash the whole Will Smith thing. But like I said, you're a real brother. And I'm always curious in your opinions, not just when it comes to what you do and, what you do in the prisons, or what you do in the jails, or what you do in the schools. But also, I'm always curious of your opinion about things that are going on internationally, stuff happening in other cities and different venues, because you also are a very intelligent brother with very clear and precise perspectives that I think people need to hear.
All right? Appreciate that.
All right, everyone. Well, God bless. Please like and subscribe. And
we'll be talking. Hit the subscribe buttons.
Yes, most definitely. And y'all take it light. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.
Peace.